guys, it's Tamara. I'm back with another video today. We're gonna go ahead and just jump right on into our conversation. We've been talking about holidays. You guys are well aware of this, right? We've been on this topic since before Thanksgiving. So I'm sure you know what to expect, right? So the benefits for you today in today's video is that you're gonna learn a little bit about the four different kinds of challenges that people, especially my patients, my clients, tend to experience during this time of the year. And I call it existential discomfort. And that's something that my clients and patients tend to feel a great deal during the holiday season. Before we jump in, I just want to thank you guys who are subscribed to my channel. Thanks so much for being subscribed and for all of your wonderful comments and feedback and experiences and questions. It is really awesome and I enjoy interacting with you guys. So thanks so much for that. If you're not subscribed to my channel, I encourage you to go ahead and hit that subscribe button over here. That way you can stay tuned to what I'm going to be doing for the rest of December. Christmas is coming up next week, so I'm going to go ahead and put some videos in. And then we're going to do, I think, one more video for Christmas and New Year's. And then I'm going to take a break. And then I'm going to come back in January and we're going to start a whole new set of topics. So I look forward to that one. Let's jump in. So there are four different kinds of challenges that most people around this time of the year go through. Before I name those, I want to kind of lay this out just a little bit. So when Thanksgiving hits, I noticed that a lot of people, including myself, began to feel really fatigued, chronically, tired, drained, over it, right? I see a lot of people exhibiting irritability. That irritability tends to occur on jobs. You take it out on your colleagues or your boss takes it out on you. I also see it in families. Families begin to collapse. The facade that everything is okay begins to be pulled down by the stress of the holiday. I also see it on the road. I see a lot of people driving recklessly and carelessly and being bullies and having really intense rage when it comes to driving, really dangerous behaviors. I see a lot of substance abuse, a lot of self-medicating with alcohol, marijuana, nicotine. I have a client that smokes cigarettes like around the clock now that it's holiday time. They start at 6 a.m. and they don't end until like 1 a.m. The next day. So I see a lot of self-soothing behaviors, a lot of irritability, a lot of anger and resentment. I also see a lot of depression. In addition to depression, I tend to see suicidal ideation or suicidal thoughts. And lastly, cutting behaviors. I see those as well. Every year for the past 11 years that I have been a therapist, I try to get my clients, my patients in my office. Wherever I have worked. Now I'm in my private practice. I own a private practice, so this is where I'm at now. But when I have worked in agencies and in schools and juvenile delinquent centers, detention places, I have always tried to get close to my clients, my patients, during holiday time, because I recognize that this is a difficult time because of family issues and mental health issues and substance abuse issues and, financial difficulties. The list goes on, right? A very traumatizing childhood. Memories start coming back up. Feelings of resentment and, haunting memories start to come up for a lot of people. So this is a time that I really try to pull my clients closely and say, okay, I'm here for you. Let me know when you want to come in. And I really do stack them. I fix my schedule where it's boom, 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 boom. It's important. So I think what I'm trying to say in all of that is if you are struggling, you are not alone. I'm struggling too, to hold on to my clients, to manage my family, to cope with my chronic migraine headaches and my chronic fatigue, right? So we're all struggling around this time. I'm going to share some coping skills that you can use, but we'll do that on Friday. We'll do that the next couple of videos as well. But I want to go ahead and jump into the four kinds of psychological and emotional challenges that I see around this time. The first is non-suicidal self-injury. All right, I'm going to put that over here for you. Non-suicidal self-injury. Basically, in a nutshell, that's injury that's not suicidal, right? Cutting yourself, burning yourself, driving recklessly, having unprotected sex, right? Being very risky and not caring for yourself. But mainly cutting behavior, burning, scratching, right? Anything that you can do to injure your body in a way that requires stitches, band-aids, peroxide, right? Anything that requires that kind of intervention is self-injury. So non-suicidal self-injury. I see a lot of self-injury, but there's no intent or motivation to commit suicide. The next one is suicidal self-injury, and that's self-injury with the intent or the goal of killing oneself or taking one's life. I see that a lot as well. Thankfully, I haven't seen that amongst my clients that have been with me for years. But I do see that with my new clients who are coming in. And I also see that a lot with people who just call me on the phone internationally and say, hey, can I talk to you? This is what's happening. So non-suicidal self-injury is one. Suicidal self-injury is another. The next one is, and I have it written down here because I don't want to forget. The next one is self-injurious behaviors because of intense emotions. And so what I mean by this is you have intense stress and you're restless and you don't know how to manage it or cope with it. You don't know what to do. So what do? You grab a knife and you cut yourself, right? You may even do it really, really slowly. You might do a bunch on one arm. You may cut your thigh or burn yourself in a place where nobody can really see it or nobody can really determine what it is. Right? So self-injurious behaviors because of an inability to manage emotions. So those are the first three. The last one that I see is reckless behavior. Blacking out because you're over drinking, right? Binge drinking is another one that I see. Binge eating is another one that I see. I have a client that binge eats and she's like, I'm not stressed, I'm just enjoying the holiday. And then by the time, Christmas is over and New Year's, she's like, oh my God, I was so self-medicating, right? She doesn't see it at the moment, but after the fact, she does see it. So binge eating and binge drinking, that's the fourth one.